Hello, my fellow TBCians. It's good morning from the Republic of South Africa. And the day today is the 27th day of the 10th month, 2018. It's the early hours of the morning, past midnight in South Africa. And the time currently, it's past midnight, 45 minutes. That is 12:45. Okay, that is about 15 minutes to 1 a.m. South African time. Good morning, good day, good night, good afternoon, good evening. I know we are using different time schedules. Some they're awake currently, some they're out for shopping, and others they have some errands to attend to. But thanks again for those who are currently viewing this live stream. I'm still up. I know I don't have a scheduled time, but my time is flexible. Like I mentioned previously, and we had part one of our title and the second part and the third part. Now today we are now sharing the fourth part of our title, which is Let's Share. It's part 4. And this live stream broadcast is currently from the Republic of South Africa. Without wasting any time, I would love to stick on the half an hour sharing or live stream broadcast, but sometime it depends on the questions and answers, or if there is something to be added on. Of course, I will allow that. Then our time will end up being an hour or at least 45 minutes. But as for now, I only see one viewer, and thanks again. And some will join us, of course, as we proceed. We shared a lot in my last 2 live stream broadcasts. It was more on the collapse of the world's financial system. And of course, by now I know that many, they are aware of it, and some they've prepared themselves for it in many ways, of course. From the community of TBC, of course, I know that we are still on the building phase. So the only thing that currently is taking place within the community of TBC is the cash flow arrangement, or you can say it's a cash flow system. So, but as for other programs, Bitcoin related, we have quite a number of people who are currently trading other markets that are associated with Bitcoin, of course, since we know that on the coin market base, we have over 1,000 coins currently that are listed on that market. Okay. Yes, many of us, we did trade Bitcoin before TBC, and we've been doing other things as well in order to keep ourselves going. So since we all know that the Billion coin doesn't have the problem of us being a part of other sources, because before it was launched, We have been involved with those programs, surviving while we're still searching until we came across Bitcoin, TBC, until TBC was launched, and then we also embarked on the Billion Coin. So at the end of the day, we have to survive while this community is still on the building and distribution phase. So coming back to what I've mentioned about the collapse of the financial systems, we know that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, not all of them, they are still taking the lead currently, because Bitcoin has created millionaires and billionaires in dollars around the globe, of course. So as the mother of all cryptocurrencies, it has pioneered the way for other cryptocurrencies to be around, so that we can also be a part of those markets. And if they are good, of course, we will engage ourselves with, and depending also on how do we understand those systems, okay, just like the Billion Coin, of course. So now, I mentioned that others are ready, they've prepared themselves for the coming crash of the financial system. But how many of us, even within the community of TBC, are ready for that? The way things are now, we do have a direction, and we can see exactly where we are heading. Okay, many of us, not all, of course, and there are so many opportunities out there. We can do anything. I was listening to Femi's live stream broadcast the day before, where he was explaining about so much opportunities within this community. We don't dispute anything that is good, even if it's not a part of TBC. But as long as at the end of the day, our global communities within the TBC and outside the TBC can benefit, then that is fine. And we advance from somewhere at all times. We don't just advance, but there has to be a basic or a base where we have started. Okay, take for instance myself. I started with a number of programs online, even offline. Some, they came and they left us without anything, and online, same applies. So TBC, here it is. I took an initiative, and I understand the concept of TBC, and I'm following up in order to understand it more and learn deeper about the system of TBC, of which I encourage everyone to do that. And of course, we cannot blame the Billion Coin for our financial constraints or troubles that you're going through financially. But since you have made a choice to be a part, then we have to understand it more, and we have to understand everything at the end of the day. Why is it here? What was the mission? We cannot divert from that and then let it proceed the way it was arranged, so that at the end of the day, everyone can benefit. Of course, there will be other things that that are associated with TBC in order for us to cash flow, of course, and then there will be also other things that are not associated with TBC. Some they are involved with their businesses in order to survive while they're still waiting for this building phase, and others they have other programs online, offline, and other sources that will keep them going. So, as far as I understand, the billion coin is not holding us back from anything, but they are encouraging us to be flexible, if I can put it that way, or defensive. But at the same time, we don't have to break the agreement within the community of TBC. So I think I just wanted to clear something on that. Now, myself now, when I look at this arrangement of this community as the private entity, of course, it has more literature, meaning the education in this community has taught me a lot, of course, with others. I never knew much about certain things, though I was involved with quite a number of programs online. But most of the things I've learned them from the billion coin, and thanks to the admin for that. And I'm still learning more. Like today, we had another article. Yesterday, we had other articles. Even day before, these articles are here for every member in order to understand. Because when you look at a number of questions that are being asked, most of them they already have answers through the blog, through the previous live stream broadcast, and some they are already answered in some presentations and meetings from around the globe, of course. Yeah. So there's quite a lot, and our focus in order to go beyond what we see or what we thought we know. There are video testimonies, not biographies, but educational materials where we learn how to understand the world economy, the way wealth was distributed to 99% of the world's population, and what happened or what is currently happening with 1% remainder of that wealth to the multitudes of the world, globally. What is happening with this 1%? We've also learned that from this community. And we also know that the admin had this arrangement. Of course, many things admin mentioned those things on the blog, and then during the proceeding of what they've promised, some of them, though I cannot mention much, because there is much, and if you go to the blog, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Along the way, during the proceedings of those, how can I say it? Shall I say promises? Yeah, let me use that word, promises. There was an interference from where? From the discounters, scammers, hackers. You see? Now, instead of TBC admins change the whole plan, but they came up with another plan and say, you know what? Because of this interference, and now it has affected our image, and now at the end of the day, we might not be trusted to global communities within and outside TBC community. Let me do something. Let me first deal with these discounters, and let me come up with a plan instead of leaving this community, because I've already created this beautiful or wonderful wealth for them. Then the admin took the stand. We know what happened. We moved from 001, 0022, 004. From 004, currently we are on 009. But if it was another admin, not TBC, of course, they would have left the whole arrangement and say, you know what, I'm enough, let me just leave these people and go, because they didn't work hand in hand with me. It would have been so. But where have you seen an admin like this, where it says, you know what, I understand we are under attack, let me come up with a solution. They went as far as adding new nodes, NODES, in brackets, servers, in order to secure this community. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been where we are. 009, it would have been unknown to us. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify why there were delays, why there are so many things now instead of us moving forward, because remember, it looks like we have delayed so much. We would have been somewhere by now if it wasn't for the discounters, of course, and other groups that I've mentioned. Okay. We also have a way forward now. Everyone can see that the admin has introduced other programs, and they are still insisting that it's not a cash out, but it's a cash flow. What you should do now is to implement what they are proposing as admin in order to advance this cash flow system. This cash flow system also involves merchants, new members, cash flow coaching. You know, it involves a lot. Okay, and another promise that I've also learned currently, even though I did learn about it, of course, is this one of 1 billion. 1 billion, of course, as the admin is explaining it, 1 billion will actually unlock some of the things, okay? Because without this 1 billion, of course, we will be still on a distribution phase. So we need to look at it that way. Then what's next? And on the other hand, we mustn't forget about the collapse of this financial system, the current one, of course. And being an independent from the coin market or the current markets, that also gives us a certainty or surety that we're at the right place, and our coin cannot be affected should it happen soon about this collapse of the financial system around the globe. So, but if we become part of the current market system, then that's where we're going to be nabbed. Now, I think one can choose between the two. We also know that the merchants around the globe, of course, they are aware of this community, and they are monitoring this community daily. And you'll understand why the admin is so concerned about the discounters and our peer-to-peer, trading should be conducted based on the price of that day, whether the buyer or the seller, but they must conduct the same thing. So, but if we tend to go astray, and then what's going to happen? The very same merchants are watching that, oh, this community is not disciplined, it's not following what they are preaching. You see how we get affected. But if we practice what we preach, then at the end of the day, it will benefit everyone. So simple, few small things are the ones that are delaying certain things within this community, even other endeavors around the globe, of course. Okay. So we were also encouraged that we should love and respect one another. That goes a long way, okay. The season that we are currently facing or approaching, it's a festive season, of course. And some of our names will be used for the benefit of others. Some currently, they are going out and claiming that our community members, especially those who did not update their back office, KCBO, should backdate or should pay from 2016 over $100 in order for them to be updated into the system. So I don't know anything about it. I hope some of you don't know anything about it, but some they do. When I say some, I mean those who are going around and claiming to from our communities now, because it's about festive season. It's a mad season, so they want to start generating now from desperate members, promising members that it's festive time. So do this, inject this. You have to update from 2016. No, there's no such a thing. If someone wants to update, of course, you just update your back office. If you don't know how to do that, then You must always work with the trusted ones. And you must know who you are making dealings with within this community. And there are procedures on how to do that. Okay, you can go to your planner. If you're an orphan, admin has advised how to go about that. Okay, and should it happen that anyone or someone approaches you that you should update from 2016, 2017 to date this amount so that I can take you through and help you out. Why didn't these people help our communities before the migration and during the migration? Why now? Why are they showing up now? Because they were nowhere to be found. So be careful about this situation, because at the end of the day, you're gonna part with some money, and now it will come back to us and say, leaders, things are loose, and now we have paid these people and they're nowhere to be found again. So don't be easily convinced. So now report such things so that these people must be brought to book. Okay, and the admin did not advise for any back dates or people to pay from 2016, 2017, because the admin didn't also advise anyone to use some of our names in order to generate those incomes. Okay, so be careful about that. Okay, I'll add something again on that. Some will also approach you about merchants, of course. It's a good thing. We want merchants. And some of these merchants are millionaires, others are billionaires in dollars. They had something before TBC was introduced in the world. So they've been running their own businesses in order to survive, of course. It is their millions, it is their dollars, they've worked for it. We don't have a problem about that. But now, some will also approach people. They will approach our members with the things that they know that these people will fall easily. But at the end of the day, who is going to benefit? It's who's going to benefit. Is it us or those guys, the millionaires and the billionaires? We must understand that. So you can do a comparison about such likes and also the admin. The admin says with $100, right, then you can make more. You can become a millionaire or a billionaire with only $100. But these ones, when they approach us, they say, join, and there's a fee. Purchase, and then after purchasing, we will go 100% partnership, something like that. And at the same time, they will involve your wealth, which is your wallet. So you must look out at these things. Okay. So the current situation is very tricky. So every TBC member on the globe should be aware of such things. Now, when you look at the things that they are distributing, take for instance, gadgets, grocery, jumble sale. Oh, so those things that you have mentioned, every country has these things. Every country has gadgets, grocery, jumbo sale. You know what I mean? So they will also go out to other countries, of course, and start canvassing using our fellow TBCians as their agents, but at the end of the day, who's benefiting? Them, because they had their own millions and billions before TBC was launched in the world. So who's going to benefit? Now, with TBC, it's different. It's inviting everyone to come and be a part of this distribution. As soon as you come on board or become a member, then of course you will update your back office with $10 from there. You will top up with $100. And that $100 is going to give you what? One full TBC coin. It's a straight deal. It's a fair deal. One full TBC coin, it's worth how much? It's worth something, what you know. It's simple, right? It's simple calculations, simple mathematics. But if someone really comes to you and say, I'm a merchant, I'll help you. How is this merchant going to help us? Then the products that they're distributing, where do they come from? And like I said, every country has these products. What effect are they going to bring to different communities around the globe? So we need to be wise. Because I know that at the end of the day, since TBC, it's everywhere now. Every country we have TBC members. Okay. What you should be doing now is to work together and have one voice in order to eradicate poverty globally at once together. This is what we should be doing. But going out to other countries, dividing them, telling them that I can do better than your leaders and I have something better in the name of TBC. You know what they do? They use TBC as their platform. Be aware of such things. And every country, as you speak, there are TBC representatives now. It is no longer like before, but now we do have. That is why we have various languages and patterns and etc. Then they're still coming. So report such things, follow up with those who are close to you, trusted ones. Okay. So now, remember to prepare yourself for this upcoming financial crash. Anyway, let's go to the top chat. Hi, Osman. I hope you are good in Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire. It's good to see you, brother. And then we have Chona. Hi, Chona. It's good to see you again. And I'm grateful to see all of you here, guys. Today I'm still up, but after here, I'm going to retire for the next 8 hours, of course, and then I will see if I have a moment later so that I can share with you again. So I hope all is clear, and let's continue helping this community and others, of course, to come on board and share this wealth. That is the mission of TBC. And very soon, cryptocurrency will be taking over. We know the system is crashing, and it looks like there's no one there to protect it. Even the system, the current system, can't protect it because it has been there long. They're trying, they're planning, but they can't get it right. Then if they can't get their system right, how will they be able to get the cryptocurrency right? So you see where the difference is. So someone here is in trouble. So anyway, my fellows, I'll say thank you again. It was nice sharing with you. The time now it's 1:19 a.m. South African time, or 19 past 1 a.m. South African time. And then I'm looking forward to share with you again. But if you didn't get certain things right, um, let's do a replay and we will get something, because sometimes we can't grasp everything during the live stream. There are questions and maybe someone is multitasking, but replay, and then also um, you don't just listen to it, but of course you listen to something or you play it in order to gain something or understanding. And thanks for now, my fellows. Let's get into it. Let's go through the blog and update ourselves. At the end of the day, we will be in a position to give the right answers. And bye for now. Cheers.